Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-100. It's the Tier 6 Soviet tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Fiery Salient and it's under the command of Delimon. And this is another replay from 2017.
Oh boy.
Game started. Well, 2017 games, they are quite interesting because you're seeing some maps that have been taken out of the rotation. But could be put back in if Wargaming was so inclined. At the moment they're not, but they should be, because a lot of these games were more interesting if they're actually on a new map. In fact, the new maps makes the whole game so much better. Well, Fiery Salient is basically just Prokhorovka, but with lots of more burning tanks, and that's about it. He's having difficulty getting up that slope. Now, normally, Delimon actually treats the SU-100 as an assault tank and actually goes at it. He just drives at the enemy, YOLOing them. But in this one, he's actually decided to get up on top of the railway line and act as a traditional TD and snipe from a distance away. Now, the good thing about this position is you can attack the enemy tanks that come over the centre line as well as the ones that are up on the hill. I think actually this map would actually look quite nice in HD if they were to actually convert a Prokhorovka into a new map. They could do the same, of course, with Ruinberg, convert that into a Winterberg or into a fiery Winterberg, a fiery Ruinberg rather. T1 heavy misses him. Oh, now he moved just at the right moment, but he rammed himself to death against the OI experimental. And he's done a huge amount of damage to that OI. Now, there is Arty on the enemy team in this game. They've got a Grasshopper and an M44. So, yeah, we're going to see some Arty rounds flying. Now, the enemy tanks are being spotted at the other end of the map, on the west side of the map, but we're also spotting a few here now as well. T150. We get a shot into him. He's behind that house at the moment. Okay, then no sooner does he move down from his position, but he spots a KV-1S. Lines up the shot. He's moving again. He moves behind those wrecks. Didn't pen. There's another one, KV-1 coming down the hill as well. No, I don't think he's going to find it easy to get back up that slope. He needs to be right at the back of the map to get up. Yeah, he's having a bit of difficulty here. Unfortunately, he's got enemy tanks heading towards him, and several of them all at the same time. Although he's got Arty support, he is basically the only tank with a gun that can actually fend them off directly. And they're going to be coming over that ridgeline around the water shortly, around the river. They have moved a long way forward. I'd say they're only a couple of 200 or 300 yards away. There's one of them, T150. Tracked him. He's loading standard AP. He should be able to pen it. Oh, big hit, and he got a fire, and that's an arsonist because he set fire to it. KV-1S is making his way around. Now, which gun has he got? He's got the derp gun. That's the 122mm. The big muzzle brake gives it away. Needs to load another round and put that guy out quick, and he does. So 2 kills now. T67 just a little way up. He can get a shot into the rear. He could probably one-shot that one. Line it up. Yes! 3 kills. KV-1 turned around and actually went back to the center line. He probably saw what was happening to his teammates and didn't like it. He's loaded. I think that went behind him. Okay, we've got an SU-100 at the center line. All the guys who went down the west side have been wiped out. Looks like most of the enemy tanks are coming up to the center line to attack now. We're 1 tank up on the enemy, but they're the ones who are attacking. The KV-1 was still in the village. He's looking for that KV-1. If he leaves this position, it could give the enemy an opportunity to flank around. But he's going to do it. He's going to chase the KV-1. They've only got 2 Artys, 2 tank destroyers, the Nashorn and an SU-100, and of course that KV-1. If he could take the KV-1 out, then he's only got to deal with the tank destroyers, and then it should be just clean-up time on the Arty. I say that, but it's actually an M44 and a Grasshopper. Oh, they got the KV-1! The gorilla on our team just wiped him out, so that means now it's just the tank destroyers. And there's the SU-100. So we're coming at him from a flank. Unfortunately, the buildings are in the way, and the ridgeline is now working against us. Going up on the hill wouldn't help us. Oh, we just lost our T-14. He's got binos, so he is actually going to see these guys a little earlier than they will probably see him, because they're going to be on the move. Now the SU-100 is charging forward against our Panzer IV Schmaltern. And there's the Nashorn. Needs that guy to be taken out of the game. He saw us. We'll get one big round into him. Could fire an HE round at him, actually. He fires at the house. Can we get a shot? Yes. No. Yes. But I think we took a hit from the Arty there. Took a hit in our side, going up to try and kill that SU-100. Oh, he's being wiped out by the Panzer Schmaltern, which means now it's only the enemy Arty that's left. Delimon's got 4 kills. If he can kill both Arty, he'll end up with a Top Gun and potentially with a high caliber. So he's charging down the battlefield as quickly as he can. By approaching on this side, they probably won't see him coming. It just depends on if one of the Arty is actually relocated to the hill, which they might have done. Let's have a look and see if he can get them. He ought to load the HE as well. Found one of them. It's the M44. Misses his shot. Goes for it. Bit further up, bit further up. That's it, that's it. Yes! And there's the Grasshopper. Oh, missed out on the kill. No Top Gun for you. I think denied. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Delimon again in the SU-100. He managed to get an arsonist because he set light to one of the enemy tanks and watched it burn up. That was the T-150, I think. Pretty sure it was the T-150. Yes, well, anyway, he destroyed it anyway. And he also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5 in the end, and a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. But best of all, he picked up a high caliber. He dealt the most damage in that game overall. At least 20% of the enemy hit points and over 1,000 hit points in damage. And we can see here, yes, he was at top. 2,197. He was the only one over 2,000 hit points. The only other one who got close was the Nashorn with 1,923. Of course, he's got that 88mm gun, which is very efficient at doing that sort of damage. The next high scorer was the AMX ELC on his own team with 1,187. When it came to kills, he actually shared the top spot with the Nashorn. Both of them had 5 kills apiece. And the next score after that was the Panzer IV Schmolten with 3. When it came to base XP, he's got the top. So technically he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,264 base for him. 629 goes to the ARL V39 and 583 to the ELC AMX. Let's have a look at detail. 11 shots fired, 9 direct hits, 7 penetration, damage of 2,197 hit points, of which 807 were at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit, it was a penetration, that came from the Nashorn. He also received a hit by way of splash damage from the enemy Arty. In fact, I think that was the grasshopper on this side of the tracks that actually hit him. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, those are the Arties, 5 enemy vehicles damaged and 5 killed, and 997 hit points of damage assistance in that game. I think that's spotting actually. 46,562 credits on a premium count, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away 31,029 credits. He received 1,896 XP, and there was no multipliers on this occasion, so that's all the experience points he took away. But another ace tanker, and another game from September 2015, this one. Yes, some very old games being dug out by Delimon. We've got a few more from him as well that we're going to go through very shortly, and from other people. And of course we will try and mix it up and put in a few really good replays, current replays as well, so that you won't get bored seeing old replays all the time. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel please, and thanks for watching.